Hello and good morning to everyone. Today, very interesting. I had some things to say. So, another spirit came through, Sebastian. He wants his story out there. He wants people to know kind of what happened to him. I do feel it's very in depth, so I don't know if it's a part one, part two, but he did let me know I do want my story heard. And I said, hey, you have the right to have it heard. The others have had theirs heard. I don't see why you shouldn't be able to have yours heard. Also, I don't know his last name. Hold on, you guys. I usually do forget last names. Sebastian Rogers. Okay. So I did a brief reading on him because I do them prior usually. The only one I don't feel well. I've done them all prior. Okay. So what I found out was very interesting, and I'm starting to see a pattern, you guys, of like the parents being involved in some way or another. I'm just gonna say it. What I got from the cards, what I get from looking at other videos with information about the case, I will say, and I usually don't like looking into it, but I wanted to make sure it was matching up correctly. There's something really sketchy about the stepfather. Or if it did say stepfather, father, whatever, stepfather, something's off. All right, and we're going to find out what on Crime TV. So, also, what else? Last night, one of the spirits came and informed me about the Wayne Williams case, because it's not. See, when you call it these spirits, they don't let it go. They keep informing you. They keep giving you more information as time goes on. Sometimes they just come in, to kind of see how you're doing. They become a part of you. All right. I have no problem with that. These are good spirits. I'm not calling up bad spirits. I'm not, doing anything crazy. So these children, they're very innocent. They're very loving. They're very respectful. And this makes it twice as sad, their fates that have happened to them. Okay. I don't want to get emotional. These are really, really good kids, and especially ones we've done lately. Really good kids. I just don't understand. All right, so the information I did receive was, and this is all new to me. It was very shocking, very intriguing. Is they did show me the studio of Wayne Williams. The actual studio. It could have been possible that he did some of these murders in the studio, right there in the studio. I do believe some were done in his home. Now, we picked that up in the reading that some were done in the home, right there in that house, all right? And of course, some were done other places, blah, blah, blah. I have never felt more assured that Wayne Williams has a hand in these murders than I ever have before. There were some other details they were showing me about the scratches, about where he would hang out, why he changed up his routine. You do know there was a time, or people that were there are definitely familiar with the case, okay, where he could not obtain children. And this was the theory of why he just started killing adults, because he had to feed whatever that was, you know what I mean, where he had to kill to satisfy the emptiness inside of him. That's what I really get. The studio is significant because this is where I feel he started failing in life, like just going downhill. The studio was a flop. The trying to be a record producer was a flop, okay, a failure. And I feel this really affected him. No, this was not a good reason to do this. That's not what I'm saying. I'm telling you part of the reason why I feel like he did this. He felt he was a failure. He was becoming a failure. And all his life, he had to meet that quota of being a success, okay, in his father's eyes, in his parents' eyes. So that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of stress. I also believe there were issues going on with him where he just could not meet these demands, or at least in the time frame that his parents wanted him to meet them. We were dealing with someone who has mental issues, who was very intelligent, but was lacking in other areas as far as how his brain would work, you know. I don't know if you've ever heard that most geniuses have a lot of issues, like mental issues. They think differently. They do things differently. They're just different. And again, that's not acceptable. In society, you would be very surprised how that's looked down upon, and people bully people that are in those situations. Now, what else? Again, the more I learn about, is it how you pronounce it, Chet Dillinger, the more I'm fascinated, because I believe he was really okay, I want to explain this. To me, he was more like the astrologer, if you will, more than the profiler, because he was more about finding locations, matching up locations, kind of like creating this map, if you will, of why, when, where, how, okay? And I feel like the profiler was more about, okay, who is this person? What about this person? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? So Chet was more like matching up people to locations, okay? And it's very fascinating, because if I've never felt someone was more on what was going on, I feel like he was. And I think he had more information before he died, but he just did not either get time to share it, or he was very nervous about sharing it, okay? Now, not to take from the profiler on the case, because he definitely narrowed down who this could be. But people, I need you to understand that, again, I told you the heroes in this were not really the heroes. And I'm not speaking about Chet Dillinger, because I feel like he was threatened and everything else. But you really need to do your research, all right, on the profiler, and basically what his role and everything was. Was he correct about Wayne Williams? Absolutely. Did he probably already know through the grapevine, through certain elites and certain people at that time, that it was Wayne Williams? Absolutely. I told you Wayne is the fall guy. We're dealing with something a lot bigger, a lot sinister, and I believe Chet Dillinger knew that. Now, I'm also wondering if Wayne Williams had other people in that studio. And as you can see, my voice is doing so much better. It's getting louder. It's coming through. It's struggling, but it's coming, you know, it's getting there. I'm really wondering if there were other people in that studio with Wayne Williams. And I know the spirits are going to guide me. I know they're going to show me more and more and more as time goes on. It was amazing to actually see the studio. That was pretty cool. Y'all, I really do feel like he killed JoJo Bell. I do, I do, I do, I do. I especially feel that. I do feel like he had a hand in Patrick Baltzar. Terry Pugh. The spirits that we have read before. I'm still not sure about the girls. I believe Nathaniel Cater had something to do with Latanya, because he lived just a couple doors down from her in that apartment. So they say. So I really think something's up with that. But I told you it was several people with their hands in the cookie jar. Okay. To make this operation work. And I believe the adults that he murdered wasn't just Nathaniel Cater and Jimmy Ray Payne. As you know, there's a couple more adults that I believe that he murdered that were a part of this whole thing. Now, I told you that some of the children were a part of this thing, and they were also murdered. All right? This thing, again, is a rabbit hole. We will be here forever, which is why I kind of just want to do updates on it now, because if I start doing videos, we're going to be on part 32 with this case, you know, because it goes that deep. And they even had to stop it at the list because it's just, it'll go on and on and on. And I believe with the DNA, they know it's going to go on and on and on, you know. So it's just one of those cases they want to just sweep under the rug, poof, be done with it. It's very complicated. It's very dragged out. I said drugged. I think maybe that's just coming in from the spirits where I was saying, you know, some of them were drugged and everything like that. But it's very out there. It will go on and on and on. We will be in Jerusalem by the time we're done. All right? Which is why it took years for a lot of these people to study this case. It was just crazy. Because it involves so many different people, so many different things were connected and tied to it. It wasn't just Wayne Williams, you know. But it was interesting, the information that I did receive. And yes, I do believe he did attend or go to homosexual bars and hang out at these places that these children would hang out as well. So we're talking about the Omni. We're talking about, you know, just places these kids would like to go. You know, adults too, they would go there too. So, anyways, besides that point, I want to get started on Sebastian sometime this week. I want to update Jocelyn Smith and also Madeline Soto. What will we be looking into? I tried to say that fast. What will we be looking into? Well, we're going to be looking into Madeline's mother status, because at this point we know poor Madeline is deceased. She is transitioning. We know what's going on with that. So we need to move forward. I feel like we need to look into what's going on with the mother, what's the update on the stepfather, blase, okay? Boyfriend, whatever, all right, whatever he is. Then we need to look into Jocelyn Smith. We need to see what's going on with her parents, the mother, the stepfather, boyfriend, whatever. We need to get an update with that situation. I really, really want to do Sebastian because he's coming in very strong. And he also wants to be heard. This has not been solved yet, I believe, if I'm correct. I'm looking dead at dead at you know who for him. And I think everyone else that's an empath is getting those feelings about the stepfather with Sebastian. It's for a reason, folks. I got it as soon as I seen it, like, oh no, here we go again. We're going down this rabbit hole, right? It seems like all the cases I've been doing lately about the children involve the parents or the parenting. It's really sad. It seems like it's an epidemic going on or something. I have no idea. It needs to stop though. It really does. There used to be a time where parents would say my child's missing and they really would be missing. Like they didn't know what happened. But now it seems like these parents are crying wolf, right? And then we're finding out, oh, you had something to do with it and you knew the whole time what it was. That's what we're dealing with now. And this is why most police detectives, or whatever you want to call them, police officers, detectives, FBI, look at the parents, because 9 times out of 10, y'all, they have something to do with it. Not in all cases, but normally, yes. And it's not that I feel like they're doing anything spiteful or anything, or they're being lazy. It's just usually they know something or they have something to do with it. Not in all cases, some cases, all right? But it seems like lately, they really do. They really do. And it's usually tied to drugs. I guess drug addiction is on the rise, is what it's telling me. And yes, it's a very depressing time. Look at the state of our economy, our world. It's very depressing. It does not shock me that some people are probably lighting something up or doing something. It does not. But this pattern has to stop. It has to stop. It starts with us, the schools, the neighbors, the people who are actually in these children's lives. We need to get more involved. We need to ask them sometimes, hey, how are you doing? What's going on with you? Tell me about your day and what's, your home life like, Get into their business. It's not that you're being nosy. It's called care, I can't tell you how many kids I've saved in my life. I should have a Purple Heart by now. I am really serious. I have helped and saved more cases like this than you can imagine. I've seen it where kids are walking down the street with their diaper so full that it is dragging on the ground while the parents are laying up in the house high and asleep. Oh, yes. And the kid just walking around with this diaper dragging on the ground around passing cars and all kinds of sketchy people. So I took this child under my wing. I fed him. I watched after him. I checked on him. But it got to a point, y'all, where it was really sad. It got to a point where I had to choose my children because I was getting involved in something that was going to end up costing me. Okay? So I had to back off. The child was really, really sad and was wondering, did he do anything wrong? So I went to the child and explained to him, sweetheart, it is not you. It is the fact that I just cannot deal with your mother anymore because she was on drugs and saying stuff and doing stuff that was unreal, trying to leave me with the child to go do her little drug runs stuff. And I said, oh no. I had to back off and consider me. And that hurt me. It hurt the child. But I had to do what I had to do to protect myself and my children. I had children as well. So, what ended up happening with that, actually, if you want to know the story, is she went somewhere. She moved. She went somewhere and, excuse my voice again, had a drug overdose. She died. And now the two sons that she had and the one boy I would look after is grown or, older now. I wonder if he ever thinks about me though, because he was a very important part of my life, and I'm sure I was in his too. And it's just really a sad story what drugs can do. But I'll never forget them, and I wish them well. Anyways, to get out of my emotions this morning, that's a story I thought I would share with you, but there's plenty others where I have stepped in and helped children and watched after children. I guess you could say I was like the neighborhood watch or something crazy. But I just care about people. That's really my thing, and sometimes it's my downfall as well. And anybody out there who is like that, you know what I'm talking about. So I have a lot of things coming up next week where I'm going to be very busy. I have a birthday coming up for a very special person. And as you know, Easter's coming up. So what are y'all doing for Easter? Are you cooking? Are you dyeing eggs? Are you going Easter hunting with your kids or grandkids? It's just a time that we do celebrate. I know some people do their thing a little differently or they don't do it at all. But I like to kind of get into the fun of it because I'm a big kid, so I like the fun of coloring eggs and all that good stuff. So, and hopefully I will be cooking. I thought maybe I'd do like lamb chops or something like that. So what's everybody cooking? Let me know in the comments. I'm interested. Other than that, that's kind of what March is looking like. And I know that St. Patty's is coming up. So are you guys going out for green beer? Are you dressing up? What's going on, I'd like to know. I really don't celebrate St. Patty's all like that. I find it to be a cute holiday, like the leprechauns and all that. I find it to be kind of cute. But I don't really get into it all like that. What else do we have on the roster? Still doing schoolwork, as you know, that never ends. It seems you get one done, you got 50 other ones to do. It seems like it's never going to end. It's a nightmare. Spring is coming in, you guys. How do you feel about that? It's a great thing. I left my positive cards upstairs, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to channel a positive message. We are going to get on these readings because they don't have time to wait. If you have any information or want to go further into these cases, please let me know in the comments because I'm very interested in what you may know that I don't know. Or we can collab, on things we do know. So what's the positive message for today? It's beautiful too. The sun's out. I think I'm gonna get some sun. Okay. So since it's bright outside today, I don't know where you're from, where you're at, if it's bright. But even if it isn't, we're going to look on the bright side of things today. So no matter how bad it is, how bad it looks, we're going to stay positive and we're going to see the light. We're going to bring in the light in that situation or situations, okay? So the bright side today. All right. I had to look on the bright side yesterday, y'all, because I had to order pizza because I've been so busy I can't cook. And let me tell you, I was so disappointed. It just seems like these places are going downhill. I don't know what in the world is going on. I tried the New Yorker from Pizza Hut, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's probably going to be good, because New York pizza, you know. But when I got it, no. New York should be very upset, despite everything else that's going on over there. Because I was very disappointed. Everyone has their opinions. Maybe someone out there really thinks, oh, this is great. Okay. I just didn't find it to be up to par. But there you have it. I don't know if these restaurants are just going downhill as time goes. I'm not sure, but that was not it, is what I'm saying. And don't make me do a reading on Pizza Hut. Because I'm kind of scared of what I might find, why the quality has went down. But anyways, y'all, let me quit being silly. We have serious cases coming up, and we gotta get serious. So those should be up no later than Monday. So I did say I would do one of those this weekend or two of those this weekend, but I definitely want to get on Sebastian as well. So say a prayer for him. Keep praying for Jocelyn. Keep praying for Madeline. We got this. All right. And y'all have a great day. Thank you for stopping by. As you know, like, share, subscribe. My voice is coming back. Hooray! And comment, all that good stuff. Donation links are up. Love, love, love you guys. See you back here at Crime TV. We don't let voices going out stop us. We keep going. All right. Have a great day.